The broadcast is brought to you by students of Hilo High School. GVB Media.
Good evening. You are looking live at Hilo High School's broadcast of BIIF Girls Varsity Playoff Volleyball provided by GVB Media. Invite your friends and family to tune in by going to hilohigh.org/livesports or download the Hilo High mobile app and press live streaming on the homepage.
If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, please like this video and share it with others. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to our channel or follow our Facebook page at Hilo High School to get notified when we go live or post new content.
See our broadcasting schedule and all other athletic competition notices on our official website, hilohigh.org.
Follow KBikes Media at KBikes Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and learn more about our program at kbikes.org.
Well, folks, tonight the stakes could not be higher as we are broadcasting a playoff semifinal with not just a trip to the championship game on the line, but also a state playoff berth. Good evening, folks. My name is Kai Hayashida.
And my name is Anthony Pham, and we will be your commentators for tonight.
Well, usually when there is a game between two rival schools, usually it'll draw a huge crowd. But tonight, could it get any more important than this? With a spot for state and a spot in tomorrow night's championship game at Waiakea. I mean, this is exactly what you want.
Exactly. With all that on the line, the crowd is going to get rowdy. We're going to see a lot of energy in this match.
Absolutely, as this crowd is starting to pack in, as we are roughly 10 minutes away from, well, the first serve. I got a chance to interview both coaches, and starting with first-year coach Laura Thompson, I asked her, hey, tonight is your first playoff game. How are you feeling? And she said nervous, just like her kids are. But she says that she welcomes this type of atmosphere, and she's absolutely ready. She is so excited.
I love that.
For Coach Kalenani Kahananui, I asked her, hey, you know, in a playoff environment like this, how do you keep your kids calm? And she said, remind them about the goals we set before the season, and remember that we have each other's backs. I absolutely love the team chemistry that you have to build because, hey, volleyball is all about chemistry and communication.
Right, with that building on the line, it's normal to see that it's going to be a nervous game, right? Being prepared beforehand, this is going to be a lot on the line. It's normal to be nervous.
Absolutely, and it would not surprise me in the slightest if we see a lot of blunders in that first set, because this is, for some kids who are, or for some of these girls who are on the varsity team for the first time, this is their first taste of playoff volleyball, and it's going to hit them at that first serve, and if they're ready or not, well, that is determined. That will be yet to be determined.
Overall, it's going to be an intense matchup. Two rival schools, as you said.
Absolutely. Earlier this season, Hilo and Waiakea did face off at Waiakea's gym. It was a rowdy crowd, but Hilo High School was able to come away with a 4-set victory after taking the first set that needed to go in overtime, if we can say. Went past the 25 points. Waiakea was able to take set 3, but they were not able to fight back from an early 2-0 set deficit, and Hilo was able to steal one on Waiakea's court. Well, tonight, you got to admit, you know, and I'm sure these coaches are telling their players this, it's 0-0 now. Your record is 0-0. It doesn't matter what they have done on their resume. It doesn't matter what you have done on your resume. What matters is what you do tonight, and I'm sure that these ladies are ready to prove what they've got tonight.
Each and every one of these individuals has their own things to bring to the table for tonight's game. And there's still people coming in as we speak. This is going to be a rowdy game.
Absolutely. I cannot wait. I know what a packed crowd in here feels like. I was here for the senior night last year for men's volleyball. I could not find an empty seat except for our cameras. Shout out to our camera crew and our crew in the back tonight. But yeah, I am so excited to be here and broadcast this game. I love playoff sports, and when you throw in the drama of high school on top of it, I mean, we're going to see some wild things tonight. I hope you're ready for it.
There's nothing better than being able to sit back and see a really interesting rivalry volleyball game, especially for varsity. It's going to be intense.
Absolutely. As these teams line up, we're about ready to do starting lineups and the national anthem as well as Hawaii Pono'i. And when we come back, we will have first serve. You're watching GVB Media.
as we play the Star Spangled Banner, followed by Hawaii Honolulu. Tonight's officials, to Fernandez and Jen Fernandez. Tonight's game featuring the Waiakea Warriors of Waiakea High School and the Hilo Vikings of Hilo High School. We'll be starting with the announcing of the starters for Waiakea Warriors. Wearing number 4, Laakea Grace Nakoa Owens. Number 7, Bella Vickers. Number 9, Apitahi Kua. Number 21, Corin Ono. Number 23, Corey Lynn Hernandez. And number 44, Mercedes Murray. Head coach, Laura Thompson. Assistant coaches, Philly Marata, Roland Tealoa, Jordan and Hayashi by Ua. The Waiakea Warriors. And now, the home team, the Hilo High School Vikings. Wearing number 4, Kristen Lee Verice. Number 7, Lena Ilani Young. Number 8, Kiana Gabriel. Number 10, Kalika Kupuna Kaliko Kialoa. Number 14, Amalani Santos. And number 15, Kamale Madia Awai. Head coach, Kalinani Kapanoli, assistant coach, Kule Cabalas from the High School Vikings.
And here we go.
The startup is something intense. Both teams during the warm-up, I've seen both defenses were crazy, being able to control balls that well. We're going to see a heck of a rally tonight.
Absolutely.
Getting ready for the cheers right now.
Just look behind you, man. Just look behind you. Look at this crowd.
The audience is even behind us. It's still filling up.
This is our biggest crowd of the night by far, and I can't wait to see this action.
Hilo versus Waiakea. Everyone's waiting to see. Look at that spirit.
And we are ready to go. First match between these two teams had a bloodbath of a first set.
This is going to be a lot to take in. Let's see that first serve. I wonder what team it's going to be on first. Getting rotations in order as it seems.
So here we go. Waiakea will serve first, and it will be Lexi Uchima behind the line, the libero.
The Warriors. Let's see the serve.
And here we go. A little scramble for it early on, and it'll be a free ball for Waiakea. Oh, that one looked like it was going out, but Uchima kept it in. Vickers kept in by Gabriel. Wassman chased it down. Another free ball over.
Picked up by the libero.
And that one's met by a block
for the Vikings.
And that one's hit into the net, and tonight we'll get underway with a hitting error.
Nice defense from the Vikings already.
Absolutely, great scrum. Didn't get a clean hit, but they were able to score that point.
Squeezing in some blocks already in the start of the match. Now we're going to have Kama, the libero, for the Vikings to serve.
Wassman returns the favor right into the net.
Unfortunately, it's a little short. All right, this gives the ball back to the Warriors. Waiakea to serve.
Serving game will be a very important thing to monitor throughout the game.
Don't want to give your enemies free points.
That's a great set. Oh, great block there by Waiakea. Good recovery from Hilo. They try to get that one down.
Nice.
Oh no, great dig. Uchima, great effort. Free ball over, sent by Nakua Ones.
We're seeing defense shining on both teams right now.
Kaliko, oh, what a hit. Can they get that one?
Unfortunately, just a little far off.
And that one will go to Kaliko Ke Aloha.
Lexi was able to receive that, but unfortunately, a lot of loss of control there. With that immense strength coming at you, it's hard to control. Ililani serving. It's in.
To Vickers. Great dig there from Young. Wassman will set Alameda, who got that one down right between the block. Didn't look like it had enough on it, but it squeezes through.
Really hard to see from this angle we have, but wow. Serving again, Ililani.
Young. They go to Vickers again. Vickers right through the block and down.
We're seeing a lot of offense from Vickers.
Bella Vickers was the star for the Warriors this season. Her and Mercedes Murray were a great 1-2 punch. She'll be taken out, and coming in now is number 2. That's Madison Kodani.
We're seeing a lot of blocks already early on in the game.
Kodani floats that one. Miscommunication. Overpass. And, oh, a net violation. Ono got a little too excited with that one. And that'll be a net violation for Torin Ono.
That was really close. Used the opportunity while she did though, didn't hesitate.
Kealoha back to serve. Remember that play, that's a 2-point swing right off the bat. Kealoha serves to Uchima. Nicole Ones serves Ono. Wants to go again.
Tap over.
Kealoha just kind of taps it over. Ono, she was ready for that.
Nice communication by the Warriors.
Ono floats that one over. Kealoha's there. Young serves Gabriel. Look out! Kayana Gabriel has so much power. We saw it on senior night, and we're seeing it early on here.
Strength is limitless. It's hard to defend against that.
So the Vikings have opened up a quick 5-2 lead here.
Kaliko serving again.
Oh, and that one looked like it came off the side of her hand. So 2 service errors here early on for Hilo. Serving has been a real power for them early earlier in the season.
I don't know if it's from technical difficulties or just the nervousness itself. There's a huge crowd tonight.
Absolutely. Mercedes Murray back to serve.
Nice.
And she is going to get an ace.
That's an ace. It was touched by Ililani, but unfortunately, not Ililani, Kamale. Nice cheers from the crowd we're hearing.
Murray back to serve again, right off her service ace.
We're starting off really close this game so far.
Young. Gabriel, holy smokes. There's not a lot you can do to stop that.
Blocks aren't going to get in her way.
That was a double block that still couldn't handle that shot. And back to serve will be Alve, the other Kamale on this team. And Alve gets that one down.
Nice receive by the Warriors.
Yes, that one's a little close too, though, man. But what a great hit by number 15. That's Shannon Iea Kaleo.
Building up that run to hit really worked out. Now we have a Patahi to serve.
Wassman.
Nice control on that
Young.
ball.
Varese.
Just in.
That one. We're seeing a lot of power right now.
Being able to aim right inside that box is really hard to do. Nice control on those spikes. It's really paying off. Now we have Anolani to serve on the Viking end.
Santos, the southpaw, gets that one over the net.
Nice.
Great diving save there. Fernandez,
The
got
block from the
blocked.
Vikings.
Controlled. It'll be free balled over. Wassman, Young,
back and forth.
Varese.
And tapped
That's going to be a net
over.
violation. It did go down anyway. So Santos will be back to serve again with the Vikings up 3.
We're seeing a lot of violations already being put into play. Not put into play, but mistakes and errors.
Got to be really careful. This is such a hard sport because you really don't know sometimes where your feet are, and your feet are often the things that are getting called for these violations. Tap over from Ones, doesn't work. Gabriel! Look out!
Touched by the Warriors there, but the spin and strength on that ball was hard to maintain. Overall, like you said, footing, it's going to be a little tricky over here. Not only that, communication with your team, the energy you have with them, all these factors that build up into volleyball, it's going to contribute to the end of this match.
Santos gets that one down. Uchima, Ones.
That's controlled by both.
Oh no! That one is
In.
off the block, I believe it was. No, it's
Off the block.
That's another violation, actually. It's going to be on Varese. So back to serve is Ono, who just struck that ball. Ono's got a lot of power.
See the serve.
Takes a little bit off it.
Nice control.
Wassman to Young. Kiloha from the back. Oh, look out. A little miscommunication. And Kayana Gabriel says, I'll take that any day.
Defense was shining on the Warriors there. They all committed to getting that ball, but unfortunately, the communication kind of mixed things up a bit.
And that's the crazy part. When you have all those bodies flying to a ball, eventually there becomes a point where, hey, we're not covering that much ground anymore on
There's going to be
defense.
gaps that start opening up for the Vikings to use.
Gabriel, holy smokes. Look at that power.
Another ace.
And an early timeout from head coach Laura Thompson with the Vikings up 11-6. So Hilo kind of chipped out at that early lead. Waiakea cut it to 1, but now we have a 5-point deficit here early in set number 1. Your thoughts, Anthony?
Overall, both teams are very similar in skills. The score is off by 5 points, and let's see if the Warriors bring this back.
You know, it's very interesting to think about because you have the Vikings who have really used their serving to their advantage. As you can see from that service ace, they do have 2 service errors. On the Waiakea side, they've had a couple of net violations, and I believe one of their players crossed that center line, another error. So, like we mentioned earlier, there's going to be some errors early on in this game because this is what the playoff atmosphere is all about.
With all this crowd routing around, it's only normal to be nervous. Not only that, I'm seeing a lot of defense being shown on both teams here.
Absolutely.
They're diving for the balls
You
and
have
blocking.
to respect the all-out effort that both teams are showing.
Exactly. With the spirit that comes along with this, it's only normal.
So timeout is over. Man.
All right, let's see if teams sorted things out. Try to limit on those errors a little bit because it is giving the other team points.
Gabriel will be back to serve.
Are we going to see another ace?
No, it's returned. Overpass down by Varese. Heads up play.
The receive gave the ball back to the Vikings, but Vikings use that opportunity and slam it back down on them.
Yeah, Gabriel won't get the assist for that, but her serve is what caused that overpass. And she'll be back to do it again.
Very sharp
Oh my goodness.
serve. And it's an ace. Nice consistency I'm seeing with
Every
Gabriel.
time we see runs in volleyball, it all comes back to the setter, putting the receiving team in uncomfortable positions, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Setters is going to have to be in the right position in order to get that and set the ball to the spikers.
Gabriel, that one cleanly received from Waiakea. Vickers, dug up by Gabriel.
Nice run up.
They'll reset things. Miscommunication. Vickers.
Back at it again. Vickers
Might have-
constant. Oh. That's a point for
That's
the Warriors.
another violation on Varese, I believe. So Waiakea gets out of an uncomfortable situation with an error on Hilo, and they will get to serve down by 6. Uchima floats one. Wassman calls it off. That's an overpass. Oh, but great reaction there from Hilo. Kealoha.
Nice off the block. Out.
Hilo High School has really shown their display of power so far.
Seeing a double block from the Warriors, Kaliko is able to have great precision to put that off the block.
Wassman back to serve.
Right now the Vikings are ahead by 7 points.
And
Just short.
that is Wassman's second error, I believe, maybe.
All right. Now we have Waiakea to serve for the Warriors.
Ones floats that one right to the front row. Kealoha, what a great set
Another gap
by
by the Warriors.
Ililani Young. You know, setters and liberos are the two people that really don't get enough credit, but that was a fantastic sequence from the Vikings.
Their synergy and teamwork, it just blends in so well together. Ililani serving for the Vikings.
Vikings have hit 15 first. She sends that one down the line.
Nice control on the receives for the Warriors.
Oh, a little tap over. Wassman calls for it. Sets Kealoha from the back row. Oh my goodness!
We're seeing
3
so
taps
much
on the
strength.
Warriors side, and he couldn't get it.
Kaliko's really using this opportunity to squeeze in some more points against the Warriors. I'm seeing hearing a lot of rowdiness from the crowds right now, and there's still people coming in as we speak.
We're gonna clean up the floor a little bit on Waikea's side.
Again, we're broadcasting here at the Hilo High School new gym, so come in by. We still have some seats to spare, but there is a lot of people here.
Going fast, folks. As Young back to do the favors again. 16, serving 8.
Nice run up.
And that one, oh, good effort there from
That's-
Vickers, but it's another service ace. And Hilo High School is currently pouring it on from that service line.
Vikings really working up on these serves here, and it's paying off for them. Serving
3
again,
aces,
Ililani.
3 errors.
Can we see another ace? Nice pick up.
Another tip. Oh, Kamale Wassman just couldn't get under
That
that.
tip from Shannon really entered the gap
Kaleo
of Vikings.
has been a nice surprise. You know, you're so used to seeing speed and power off these kills. When Kaleo kind of like loops that one down right in the middle of that Hilo defense, it's really hard to defend.
Yeah, to be able to keep up and visualize what is happening.
Kodani is back to serve.
I'm liking the communication on both teams here. Nice pick up by
Wassman.
Kamale.
Young. Kealoha. Oh, that one's
And
off the block. I don't think Kodani wanted to touch it, but she just got a piece of it. Holy smokes. Kealoha has 5 kills, and it's really
Oh
only
my.
come in like the very recent stages. Early on,
It's
it
only going
was
to come up from here.
Gabriel But right now, Kaliko Kealoha is pouring it on, and she's back to serve.
Nice
Uchima.
pickup. Control and both liberos here tonight are doing really well in defending for their team.
Kealoha from the back row. That one's out. The first hitting error of the night for the Vikings.
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. We have a Honda
Overall,
SUV
Kaliko on the Viking end is doing really well on offense.
You have 5 minutes to move your car. Or the port company
Mercedes
will
to serve for the
report
Warriors.
Honda SUV ZJY969. Please do not park across the street in Vila Terrace. You are parked in
Mercedes Murray is back to serve following the PA announcement. Murray, that one will go into the net.
Short, giving the point to the Vikings, giving them a 9-point lead. They just need 6 more points to win this set.
I am very surprised to see Murray not get as much playing time. I had the joy of calling a Waiakea KOU game, and Murray was one of the stars of that game. She got 7 kills. So I'm kind of surprised to not see her as much. Floater from Alve. Back to Aya Kaleo.
Nice defense on the Vikings.
Gabriel off the block, right back to Young.
Warriors blocks are shining off right now.
Kaliko from the back row. This one will go to,
Nice block by the Vikings.
quite see. There's another tip and a block right back.
What a good rally.
That one I believe was blocked by Varese.
Throughout that point right there, we've seen a lot of defense on both teams. I'm telling you,
2010.
they're serious about this.
Vikings.
Kamale,
Young.
serving.
Holy smoke, that is a very hard to read serve. And it's a free ball as a
Good dig
result. Young, Varese, into the block. Great defense there from the Vikings. Gabriel, she smoked that one off the block.
That's in for the Vikings.
First of all, what an effort from Corlin Fernandez to get her arms up there with a massive block, but great reaction from the Vikings defense to recover. And what, honestly, I thought was a sure point for the Warriors. We've now got an 11-point advantage for the Vikings. Kodani, miscommunication.
Another point for the Vikings. Tori Lynn is doing constant blocks, and her stamina is still being up there to reach her hands above that net.
And once again, the Warriors are going to have to call timeout. Vikings have blown this set open 22-10.
Warriors have a chance to bring this back. Let's see what they discuss.
You know, we talk a lot about when we compare these teams, right? You mentioned it earlier. They have very, very similar skill sets. But when you look at each individual player, they're so different in many different ways.
Each one shines differently.
And you look at Young's serves, how they kept Waiakea off balance with all that power. And then you look at Alve's serves that are floating up there and have you thinking, am I going to get this? Is she going to get this? And next thing you know, it's down for an ace. I think for Waiakea, I don't think their communication has been bad, but like we mentioned, first set, you got some jitters. I'd really like to see how they respond, and I really like to see Vickers continue her offensive prowess, even though she'll be on the bench as of right now.
Overall, a handful of the points have been due to consistent serves, aces, and all that.
Absolutely. The Vikings have 3 aces of their 22 points, but you got to think maybe 5 or 7 or so of those points have come across of their aces. Maybe it forced a free ball. Maybe it forced an error. You got to think about those things.
That's why aiming when you're serving, making sure that power is on there, the distance from above the net, it all accounts for that.
So Alve will be back to serve with the Vikings up by 12 early on in this first set.
It's our third serve.
And she put some power under that one.
Just out, giving the point to the Warriors.
Maybe that timeout kind of, changes your mojo just a little bit.
That motivation could change things. Apetahi on the Warriors' side to serve.
Cool.
Nice dig.
Young will serve Gabriel. Good dig there from Kodani.
A lot of digs right now.
Oh no, block!
Nice
Right
block!
down! Varese and Alameda.
Nice defense.
Torin Ono winded that one up with a lot of power, and it came right back down with the same amount of force.
I hear so much cheering behind me right now.
Absolutely. It'll get hard to hear each other eventually throughout the night.
Exactly. It's only the first set, and it's this intense.
Santos.
Nice pick up on
Ones serves Fernandez. Oh, what a
Kama
defensive
able to
play.
dig that.
Wasman and Santos. Ono again. Dug up by Kaliko.
Nice defense.
Gabriel floats that one. Kept on Romero. Oh my goodness, here we go. Free ball over. Santos, Young, Faris, back into the pocket down.
Oh,
Fernandez.
This nervousness is building up, but each and every single one of the players have to keep their arms steady to receive that ball. What a good rally from both teams.
What a rally. What defense. You got Wasman and Santos on this side, Uchima on this side, and what a block from Fernandez. You know, we've seen her block so much tonight, you had to think that she was due.
The consistency with those blocks, man, nothing's tiring her out. Cleaning up on the Warriors side.
And you know, this set right now with the Vikings 2 points away from set point, it might be a little out of reach for the Warriors, but remember this moment, because when they got that block, everyone on their team and all their supporters here tonight, who they've shown out really nicely here at Hilo High's gym, they really got up and made a ruckus.
Both teams are really looking at the end final here, see who can grab the win.
Ono served that one into the net.
Just a bit short.
That might have just burst any chance.
We're seeing a handful of service errors right now. All right,
Kiana Gabriel, exactly who you want back there. She puts a floater up there for Uchima. Ones, Vickers sails it, and that is how the Vikings will take the first set of this BIIF semifinal. Controlled it from start to finish, a wire-to-wire set victory.
Wait a minute, the ref is saying something. I think the Warriors got that point. There was some sort of error.
Oh, excuse me.
Scoreboard is a little misleading right now.
I apologize
but
for my error. I was looking at that sideline judge who just put his flag up,
I was getting a little
you know?
confused. The ref was saying the point was for the Warriors.
Scratch that. Pretend I didn't say that, folks.
Nothing happened.
24-13. Lexi Uchima will serve.
Libero serving. Let's see it. The intensity of the Warriors. They might bring this back. Who knows?
Uchima right to Kaliko. Kealoha gets it right back.
Receiving and spiking.
Great dig there. Vickers loses it in the lights. He's able to get it back. Wasp.
Nice, Kama.
Young. Faris into the block. Young serves Gabriel from the back row. Holy smokes. Well, that's a way to end the set. Who wants to end the set on a hitting error? Let's end it on a vicious spike.
From the back row, too. That spike was so immense. It's getting past the blocks and everything.
And there's no error that will keep this set going. So instead of 25-12, it will be 25-13 for the Vikings here. Controlled that set from start to finish, a wire-to-wire victory, and they will take set one. We will be back for set two in a few minutes. You are watching K-Vikes Media.
Yes.
Seated Warriors. If you really like our streams, which I really hope you do, and you can't make the senior night football game this weekend, hey, watch our stream. We will be live streaming it, and we will be live streaming the senior night festivities. Varsity game is scheduled to start at about 7 p.m. The Vikings will take on the Waiakea Warriors. So if you have a relative or a friend, but you cannot make the game in person at Wong Stadium, which we encourage you to come out, watch our stream.
Now we have Kayana to serve for the Vikings. We're on our second set. Nice. Picked up at libero very smoothly.
Vickers into the block.
Nice pick up after that block.
And it's a free ball over for the Vikings. Santos, Young, Varese. Oh, she got that one down.
Got the touch there, but really hard to lead that ball back up into the air.
Those looping hits that, sometimes it's just so hard to manage. You got 6 players on the court, but there's still only so much ground you can cover. And Gabriel, look out!
Oh my!
Holy smokes, row 2.
That's another ace. Adding that to the collection. Oh my gosh, every single one of these players, right when we don't expect something, out comes something that just blows the minds of
Anthony, the
everyone.
Ball right on
Almost
us.
bumped
You're
on
good,
me there.
You're good. Don't worry, Lexi. You're good.
Kayana serving for the 3rd time. Let's see.
Nothing was unplugged. Gabriel.
Look how powerful, another ace.
This has been a masterclass performance from Kayana Gabriel. 6 kills, 4 aces. We are early here in set number 2.
She's racking up points for her team. Can she keep up the consistency?
Gabriel.
Nice.
Again! Oh my God!
That's the 3rd, isn't it?
Holy smokes, Kayana Gabriel.
Team cheering for her right now. Can the Warriors pick this next serve up?
Yes, Uchima.
Perfect receive.
Mercedes. Oh, great dig there from Hilo. Kealoha.
Nice spike by Kaliko.
Oh, Murray tried to catch Hilo napping. They weren't.
Nice back spike.
That one is going to go long.
Out. Point for the Warriors, making it 1-4.
Ball rose by us again. I'm so tempted to just stand up and run and go get it for them. But I am attached to this headset here. If I run, this whole table comes with me.
Now we have Madison serving for the Warriors.
And they absolutely need something great from here. Great from her, excuse me.
Nice, that glided in the air.
Wasman, Kealoha, right down.
Just in the defense.
Ripping it.
Nice offense by Kaliko.
We see a lot of connection between set and hitter, but we also need to talk about this connection between Wasman and Young, who have really set up Gabriel and Varese and Kealoha, as we just saw, as Wasman. Oh, she tried to sneak that one down the line.
Almost there to hit that corner, though. Like you said, yeah, the teamwork here, it all works out wonders.
We talk about players who are due. Wasman has been close now 3 times. She's definitely due for an ace. As Murray back to serve. Gabriel. Young. Kealoha. Holy moly.
That precision is insane. Her swing is perfect. Being able to get into that gap of the defense for the Warriors, giving the point to the Vikings.
Young to Uchima. Ones serves Kaleo into the block. Kealoha again takes a little thing off it. Ono. Oh, what a one-handed dig by Young. Commonly Wasman and Kealoha got a little confused there on who was going to receive that one post-Young dig.
Did see the attempt on communication, though. All right, the serve is going to go back for the Warriors to Apetahi. Put over. Nice dig.
Alve off the block and straight up in the air. Young serves Kealoha off the block and straight down. Wow.
Again.
You want to talk about attack. She went right at Torin Ono.
When you think spike and strength, you think of Kaliko. Her power this game, it's only been, what, one set, and we're on our second right now. She's been blowing it.
Kealoha back to serve. That was a line drive.
Nice.
Ones,
Tapped
that one's going to
over.
be a lift. I believe or a 2-hit. Either way, it didn't look that clean on her part. Great effort, though.
Giving point to the Vikings. Back to Kaliko.
Kealoha has these type of sets that, you know, they could very easily hit the net with how line drive they are. Ones, great effort. But Fernandez kind of hit that one into the net. Kind of a, you know, what can I do situation.
The blocks on the Vikings right now are tripping up Waikea's footwork.
Yeah, these serves have been fantastic.
No, they go in a straight line.
Oh,
and it's just a little short.
I did say, her line drive serves may be prone to hitting the net, and that's exactly what happened right there.
You using the commentator's jinx on the Vikings,
My bad. Torin Ono back to serve.
Let's see it.
One-step serve right at Wassman.
Nice control.
Young. Gabriel.
You could hear the sound on that spike. Gabriel and Kaliko spikes, man. It's scary to go up against.
We are early here in set number 2, and Kayana Gabriel and Kaliko Kealoha have combined for 15 kills for the
Kamale
Vikings.
serving.
Avai will be back to serve.
Nice pickup.
Ones serves Fernandez right into the block. Whoa, this one's going way back. Oh no,
Nice
great
hustle.
effort, and now back and forth. That was like running suicides for Waiakea.
Got it though. Turin was able to get that hustle up and get that ball.
Just fell right back on Waikea's side when Fernandez tried to lob it back over. And an early 11-4 lead for the Vikings. Diving effort from Vickers.
Spike.
And you can see the yell that Vickers let out. That's exactly what she needed.
That set really opened up opportunities for her, and she used it. Alright, Ochima to serve again. Overall, I believe that both liberos are shining right now.
Uchima barely got that one over the net. Varese! Can Uchima track it down?
Good
No,
spike
she
by
will
the
not.
Vikings.
So Santos will come back in to serve.
The serves on the Viking ends are shining right now, and it's giving them a lot of points.
And with Santos being a southpaw, the serves come in from a little bit of a different angle. It could be harder to receive.
Really up close to the front there.
Murray right back at her from
Blocked
Varese.
again.
Vickers off the block, it's down!
It's block after block.
That one is on Young! And timeout Waiakea. Hilo has completely blown this one open again.
Those
13-5.
non-stop blocks, man. I'm telling you, that defense, it's so hard to go up against, thinking you could spike it.
Ililani Young, known for how incredible of a server and setter she is, but she got right there, right up on Vickers, and sent that one right back in. These are really powerful swings that Waiakea is putting down. It's not like they're letting Hilo get these blocks, but it's just been an all-around fantastic defensive effort from Hilo.
Both teams are showing right now that positioning is key in order to get the ball over the net.
Absolutely. And you can see it, especially from that last swing from Vickers. And I know that the swing that right there that just got blocked, I know that might put a little damper on her, but the swing she had right before that to get that kill, the way she dotted that one up right on that back line, the roar she let out, because, you know, as athletes, when it's not really going your way and you finally get something to go your way, that can be all it takes to turn the tide. And I really want Waiakea to just keep going to her. That, I think, is the recipe for success for them.
The rush of adrenaline that you would get from playing a sport like this, it could really change the way you play things.
And of course, it's a playoff atmosphere. This arena has gotten a little more crowded than it was earlier.
We're hearing a bunch of cheers from that because of that.
So here in this second set,
all right, Anolani to serve for the Vikings. The Vikings are up by 8 points right now.
Right at Uchima. Ones. Vickers.
And
But that one's
just
long.
Little out. Point to the Vikings.
But I still think if you're the Warriors, you have to keep going back to this. I mean, Vickers is just hitting with a lot of power, and she's getting it down for the most part.
Through the blocks.
Yeah, with the exception of that one. Santos keeps going back to Uchima. Oh, Ones!
Nice!
That is having eyes in the back of your head.
Use the opportunity again. Gave the point to the Warriors.
Waiakea Grace
Nice
Nicole
awareness.
Ones has been running all over the place. She's back to serve now. But a heads-up play, putting that one right down the heart of the Vikings defense. Pops that one up, right at
Rico able to
Kealoha.
get that.
Gabriel off the block. Great dig from Uchima. Ones. Vickers.
Nice run-up spike.
Young. Gabriel again. Woo!
Nice spike by Gabriel. There was a little gap in the corner from the Warriors, and they used it. Now we have Kayana to serve for the Vikings. Vikings are at a total of 15. Waiakea to 6. Two rival schools, man. I wonder what else we're going to see be put on the table here.
And you know, volleyball being as popular of a sport it is in Hawaii, a lot of these girls play club. Honestly, you have to play club in order to make a varsity team. So I'm sure these girls are very familiar with each other. Perhaps we may have teammates on opposite sides.
They put in all the hard work, and they went through all the hard work together.
That one is down! Just down!
Point for the Vikings.
Kayana Gabriel have a night. That is her 6th service ace.
The strength in those serves, man, I'm telling you. It's giving them those points.
Oh. I'm sorry, Kayana. That one's on me. So that's 2 announcer jinxes tonight.
Wow.
So Kodani, who comes back in, the serving specialist.
Bellows being substituted out.
1 ace tonight from the Warriors compared to 8 from the Vikings. Kodani,
Nice.
right to Kealoha. Young. Varese kind of got stuck behind Young.
Put
Murray.
over. Kaliko.
Kealoha. Oh, that one's into the net.
Now the Warriors are showing off what their blocks can do.
You're right, because, you know, even though that the shot went into the net, you know, just the presence of them being there, right, it can, you know, just throw you off just a little bit.
Can be kind of intimidating at times, but being able to show that fierce Warrior stance.
Kodani back again, off the tee.
Nice
What a
dive.
Stop. Kealoha tips that one right down. But how about the effort? I believe that was Ililani Young. I mean, where hasn't she been tonight?
I'm surprised Kaliko was able to put that over the net, but it wasn't at great speed, but still got it inside of that zone.
Volleyball is less, as Wasman's back to serve, volleyball is really less about how much power you can put on it and where you put it.
Exactly. The aim is all that matters.
Wasman gets that one serve in.
Nice control.
Ono. She needed that
Off
one.
the block and out. Giving the point to the Warriors. This gives a score of 9-17.
Fernandez back into the game. That middle blocker for the Warriors.
This is intense, man.
Murray
Nice
back to
cheering.
serve. That one to Young. Kealoha winds up, and that one is going to go out. You don't see digs go that far often, but that was all caused by the 10th kill from Kaliko Kealoha. She's our first player to reach double digits on the night.
Ililani serving now. I believe Ililani was the one that set for Kaliko. Really opened up the opportunity for her to spike like that.
She's been fantastic tonight. Right at Kodani.
Nice dig.
Nicole Ones serves Ono. Ono tries to go cross court. Overpass.
Up.
Right back down, and I think
Point to the Vikings.
Fernandez, you know, on that hit, she might have, when she tried to go back up, she might have hit the net. She might have crossed the line.
So
She
many
was-
factors, man, to face.
She looked a little surprised to see that ball pop right back at her.
All right, now we have Ililani to serve again.
19-9. Very similar to the first set. Young.
Nice
Kodani.
pick up.
Nicole Ones. Ono. Oh, that one's going to go into the net.
And we're seeing a lot of some errors here on spiking. But of course, the presence of the Viking blocks and the Warrior blocks for both teams can be kind of tricky.
We're going to have a timeout here.
See if they can sort things out. Score of 9-20. Vikings only need 5 more points to get this in.
Attention please.
PA announcement.
Blocking lane just outside of our gym. Right field forerunner, license number ZGJ505.
Reported earlier.
I mean, with a crowd like this, I can only imagine the parking lot.
If you are watching this game and you are, for some reason, parking your car in illegal places, please move your car.
All right, the timeout is over. Let's see if the Warriors can bring this back. Overall, they are doing a good job fending off against the offense from the Vikings. It's really hard because there are some gaps in their defense, but they're able to communicate with each other and bring that ball back.
So Ililani Young will serve once again with the Vikings up by 11 here. Last time they were up by 10 with the same, it was a very similar score. They had 20.
Let's see it.
Young!
Nice hold off there. That was gonna be out.
Godani wanted to hit it. But, you know, it really helps when you're playing on the same side as your bench, who are telling you, screaming at you, let it go.
Oh, that's right. He was right by the bench.
That was a floater.
Oh,
Boston
the dive!
flying in, and that's going to be set down by Fernandez.
The defense by Kama was there, able to pick that up for her team.
She came flying in. She came in from the back row to hit that one.
Reaction time, she knew it was coming down that close.
And I think that this is a very, very smart timeout from Kahana Nui. You know, the Warriors get 2 points right back. You don't want this to extend to a big run. You want to stunt their momentum as quickly as possible.
Stagger them, man.
I think that's exactly what she's trying to do right here.
Good strategy. Let's see if it pays off well. Overall, I think it's crazy to see. Defense is rising from both teams here. They're willing to get that ball. We saw restraint from the Warriors, and that gave them a point. We saw a huge dive from Kama. It's just going to get better from here. And it's our only it's only our second set.
Absolutely. This has been a very, very powerful matchup.
Rival schools.
Showcase from great teams.
All right, Vikings are done with their timeout. We have 10 seconds left. Okay.
The opposite end of this bracket features Kamehameha taking on Kealakehe.
Abetahi to serve.
Aloha. Young.
Nice tap
Oh,
over, and it's
Avai.
in! Again, see, speed may not matter if you know where to aim. If you aim for the gaps in the defense, you can get that point. All right, now we have Kaligo serving for the Vikings.
This is the girl you want behind the line if you're the Vikings.
Mishandle on the receive there.
That is not an announcer jinx. That is an announcer called it. My psychic abilities.
Opposite of a commentator's jinx.
Kealoha gets her first ace of the night. 1 of 9 for the Vikings.
What can you expect? Her overwhelming strength.
Oh no! Right into the block.
Nice block.
Over, and that one's off the block.
Picked up at libero.
Oh no, again off the block, and that one under.
Nice consistency with the blocks, man. Vikings are really showing it off right now.
That one, I believe, was Avai and Gabriel, and Alameda also up there.
With that, they only need 2 more points to win this set.
Cool. Oh no, again. What a dig!
Nice one hand.
Gabriel! And the Vikings set one up. Oh no, again.
Libero set that, and it was successful.
Young, Gabriel, tip down!
And it looks out.
Whoa, I don't know about that one, but they're going to call that one out. You know, that line judge has a way better sight of that play than I do. So that's going to go down as a hitting error for the Vikings.
All right, now we have Turin to serve. Turin, how do you say that?
Torin.
You're
close. And what an effort! Wassman, free ball over. Fernandez sails that one.
Yup, just a little out there. Giving the point to the Vikings. This makes this set point.
What an effort. Was that Avai? I believe that might have been Avai who went almost into the opposite stands.
Again, it's really hard to break through the defense of the Vikings. So I'm seeing a lot of strength coming from the Warriors' spikes because of that.
And coming in now is a freshman. How about Kaimani Cabalas, who's going to come in to serve?
Let's see it.
Cabalas.
Nice
That's a
short.
great serve. Great dig there from Kua, and it's a free ball over. Cabalas, Young, Gabriel off the block and right back towards us, and the Vikings have taken set number 2.
What an intense way to end that. The spike off that block and out. Crazy.
Kayana Gabriel has ended both sets with a marvelous spike, and the Vikings have dominated through 2 sets.
Really showing off here,
They're up
I'm
2
telling
sets
you.
to 0 with a spot at States on the line. We'll be right back for set number 3. You're watching K-Vikes Media.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, folks. We're just about ready to kick off set number 3. The Vikings can sweep this one with a win. The Warriors you remember that first game played between these two teams, they really, really did well in that third set and came away with, I believe, a 25-17 victory in that set number 3. But
Your memory is insane.
I don't know. I'm kind of just freestyling it on here.
Overall, Warriors can bring this back.
Oh,
here.
absolutely. They absolutely can. And, you know, it's just been what a performance from Kayana Gabriel and Kaliko Kealoha so far. I mean, that is their 1-2 punch all season. And when you need a clutch performance, they're delivering in the most important way.
Their form on their spikes and everything, it's really hard to perfect that, but they're able to keep it consistent. All right, this is going to be a ball for the Viking. No, the Warriors.
It will be Uchima to kick the serve off.
I think that ball was flat. That's why they tossed it back. Nice cheers from the Warriors.
Trying to build some momentum here for them.
The adrenaline and motivation, it can really make the difference here. Nice spear from the Vikings as well.
We're going to have a quick stoppage here as, well, it looks like we're about ready to get things underway again.
Some technical difficulties, I believe. All right, starting off a serve. Uchiha.
Uchima. Gabriel. Young.
Nice.
Aloha.
What?
What a start.
Hit the knee, I think. Nice set from Milani to Kaliko. Really opened up her opportunities. We just saw a spike from her, but now she's serving. Kaliko. Nice dig.
Oh, but that one's going to go into the stands. That one will go down as an ace for Kaliko Kealoha, her second of the night, the 10th for the Vikings.
Giving them a 2-point lead on this third set.
Kealoha, line drive.
Such a fast serve.
Murray off the block, right to
one
Kealoha. Young, Alameda, trying to get in on this action. Vickers straight up, and
Nice pick
great
up by
dig.
Kama.
I believe it was Kealoha. Oh my God, Kayana Gabriel.
Really hard to see who received that there for a second from our angle. But nice defense overall from the Vikings.
And that is her 10th kill. And here we go again with the Vikings getting out to an early lead.
Every single time the ball went over from a spike on both teams, I believe that blockers always one-touch the ball.
Aloha, wow, what a great dig from Kua. And that's going to be a point, a double hit. I believe on that second pass by, I couldn't tell. Regardless, it is going to be another serve attempt for Kealoha. That one's received cleanly. Oh yes, that one's close to the tape.
Nice reflexes.
Vickers again.
Back to back. That
When Waiakea
constant,
has needed a lifeline, it has been Vickers who has gotten it for them.
our constant offense really gave them the point. They could really cut down on the 3-point Viking lead. Waiakea serving for the Warriors.
Floats one. Wassman dives for it. It's going to be an overpass.
Yeah, free ball for the Warriors.
Vickers. Oh!
Block! Oh, unfortunately went through with that spike. The block was there though. Being able to squeeze that spike in.
Vickers had 2 kills entering this set. She's got 2 already in this set.
Oh my.
Nicole Oness floats one again.
Nice up front.
Avai is there off the tape.
Kaliko
Was
saving that
Murray. Gabriel.
Nice drink.
Vickers off the block. Uchima. Vickers again off the block. Kealoha. Young. Gabriel! No, it's out. It is
Vickers with
out.
a back-to-back offense from Vickers.
Gabriel tried to sneak that one down the line and she couldn't. I got a little too excited. I thought that, I mean, you knew that something powerful was about to happen. But here we go. Waiakea keeping this close here. And
You cursed. You jinxed that one. Third commentator's jinx, I believe.
so Nicole Oness's floating serves
overall.
Couldn't get that one over the net, and Wassman will be back to serve.
Warriors are doing a better job keeping this one close.
Wassman.
Nice.
Great serve. That's what she needed. I said
That's
she was
an
due.
ace.
I said she was due for an ace, and there it is. The 11th service ace from the Vikings.
If
and
you want it, she'll make you see it.
You had to think that the key to this game was how was Waiakea going to handle this serving, and so far they haven't really done it. Wassman again off the tape.
They're prepared this time.
Vickers straight up and down off the block. Vickers digs it up.
Showing her offense again. Nice pick up by Kama.
Young, Gabriel. She's not letting that one. That one's gonna. Oh, no! Free ball. Kealoha. Young.
They're keeping this one up right
Gabriel
now.
again. Off the dig. It's Ono.
Kima being able to save this one.
Vickers. Wassman gets down for it.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's a miscommunication. Free ball here for Waiakea. Ones. Vickers. Oh, it's going to be dug up. Gabriel keeps it alive.
Nice.
Here we go.
Football team.
Get on your feet, folks. Ones.
We're seeing a wonderful rally
Vickers
right now.
off the block. Gabriel. That one's going to go down as a point because I believe Maurice crossed the line on that block.
Another intense
What an
rally.
Incredible rally.
You can hear the crowd cheering, and it keeps building more than each team returns the ball.
Everyone was on their feet for that one. Kodani back to serve. How does Hilo respond? Losing points like that could really stunt your momentum. Wassman, Young, Maurice, that's how you respond. Oh my goodness.
Nice defense by Kama, being there to back up her team.
Yeah, she pinned that one right on the chest of
Coming
Young.
from the libero, her consistency with receiving and control it's just impossible to break through.
Maya Robello back to serve. Robello right at Kodani. She received that really cleanly. Mercedes Murray slapped that one right into the net.
I think the set was a little short there.
Robello will get another opportunity here.
Nice cheering from the crowd.
Uchino, great set. Ono running spike. Oh, good effort there from Kealoha, but she won't get that one down. Ono's second kill of the night.
I believe that was going to be out. She let that go, but you know, with the intensity of the crowd and the nervousness that you're feeling, you do not want to get that ball past you.
So 5 serving 8 here early in set number 3. This is a need it for Waiakea. You know, we often say need it just to keep this game alive. This is for their season.
Serving is Mercedes for the Warriors.
Wassman, Young,
Nice set.
Gabriel. Oh, she hit that one into the net.
The set was high and it went in between that block, I believe.
So Kayana Gabriel showing she's human with a couple of hitting errors in this set. Murray back to serve again. They really need to keep her back on that line.
They're keeping this game really
Wassman,
close.
Young, Gabriel, straight up and down.
Miscommunication, but they got it up.
Oh no. Wassman, Young, Gabriel, one more time. Oh!
Mishandle. Went for the
Mercedes
dive.
Murray's gonna want that one back. That went right through her thumbs.
A lot of close calls here right now. It's really getting everyone up on their toes.
That will go down as a kill for Gabriel. So her 11th of the night. She's tied with Kealoha for the team and game lead.
We're seeing a lot of offense from Kaliko and Gabriel.
Gabriel back to serve, right
Mishandle.
through Kodani's hands, but Uchima is there to recover.
Nice pick up by
Wassman, Young, Kealoha. You know, that wasn't the best set from Wassman, but Young made the best she could do with it, and it results in a kill for Kealoha.
Able to manage through that set. Nothing can stop her, man.
So Gabriel is back to serve again.
Really showing the consistency here.
And that one,
Okay,
that's you. That's on you.
Okay,
That was on you.
That was me that time.
Like
My
I said,
bad.
showing she's human here. Still a stellar game from her.
Warriors are keeping this really close, though, than other sets.
Absolutely. But once the Vikings have hit 10, they've started to slowly run. But oh,
And that's
Kuma!
an ace for the Warriors.
And how much did they need that one? Only their second ace of the night.
I could only imagine the motivation from that, getting that ace in. This could turn the tables for the Warriors.
And you see the Vikings, they step up just a little bit. Kua puts some air under her serve like she does right here. Wassman.
Nice, ready for that.
Young, Kealoha.
Picked up well.
Ono, off the block and down. And here we go. Waiakea's got some momentum here.
That net really redirected the ball and confused the Vikings a little bit. Wonderful spikes from the Warriors side. Vikings are only with a 1-point lead. They're closing this in. They can tie. And it's
Kealoha. Young. Gabriel from the back row.
Nice
Whoa!
spike.
Wow!
No one was able to touch
from
it.
the back row, that is magnificent.
Being able to keep that position is really hard.
Nothing stops your momentum like a vicious spike like that. And whoa! As Cabalas, the freshman, comes back in to serve.
Vikings are planning to open this wide gap on the score again. Can the Warriors stop it?
Cabalas to Uchima.
Nice.
Ono. Wow, what a dig from Gabriel. Kealoha straight up and down. Great dig from Kodani. Free ball over from Uchima. That one's gonna go out.
Point for the Vikings. Defense is a little hard to do here. The ball is going everywhere, man.
Cabalas back to serve again. Right at Uchima again.
Perfect.
Ono.
Nice high set, but Kaliko is able to get that.
Gabriel from the back row again, but that one's long.
The strength on that spike. With that immense of strength you're getting in that spike, you're going to have to aim it. Unfortunately, it was a little sailed over.
Waiakea is really being held into this set because of Hilo's hitting errors and serving errors.
All right, let's see Turin to serve.
Ono. Off the net.
Just touched it.
Wassman, great recovery. Kaliko kind of.
Into the net
That was a hard
again.
one.
The net's doing a lot right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's doing the tough work.
Again, Warriors are closing this gap once again. Warriors are racking it up with their spirit. Nice
Young.
pick up.
Kealoha. Right back over. Young, back to Kealoha. Why not? Oh, and another great dig. Ones keeps it in.
On the Warriors.
Great dig from
The save.
Gabriel. Free ball over. Crashing into each other. Robello and Wassman. Vickers. Waiakea would love to have this, and they do.
The Warriors got that. The spirit is going through the air right now like crazy.
You wouldn't be able to tell that Waiakea is down 2-0, but the way they're acting, they are bringing the juice this set.
Making
12,
this tie.
12.
Let's see the serve. Nice pickup.
Young.
Kaliko.
Kealoha tips it. Oh, they weren't ready. You've seen so much power from her tonight, and then she pulls that one.
Ililani to serve for the Vikings. This is really intense. Cleaning up the side on the Warriors. Let's see Ililani serve.
This is the type of set that we really expected coming into this match. This back and forth, 13-12.
The break in between set 2 onto this set 3, Warriors changed something up, definitely. Pick up Uchima, never mind, that's Vickers to pick that up.
Young. Off the block, Alameda kept alive. Vickers into the block and out. And Bella Vickers has cranked it up here in this third set. That's her 4th kill of the set.
If Vickers isn't able to put it through that block, she's going to use that block to get the point herself.
Alexi Uchima serves with this game tied.
We're seeing a lot of pickups from Uchima here.
right at Kealoha.
What a great receive.
And oh, that one's gonna go out. And the Warriors have a lead here in this set. Their first lead of this entire match.
This is looking really great for them. Let's see if they use the opportunity.
All it takes is one set, and they can get really rolling.
It's just a good call by Kama.
And a service error, just the fourth of the night for Waiakea, but it's a costly one that reties this game and puts Kaliko Kealoha behind the service line. Kealoha has 2 aces tonight.
The game is tied. And it's just another great call.
Back
this
to
time
back.
For the Warriors.
Yeah, great reads from these back rows here. They trade service errors.
This nervousness, it's really easy to mess up your services.
15-14 here. Nicole Ones floats
front.
Avai, Young, Gabriel. Oh my!
Great by Gabriel.
And that one puts the juice back into the Hilo crowd.
Making the game tied for a third time. Let's see Kama serve.
Wassman back to serve. We'll clean things up here.
Overall, this is a varsity match. Any single factor that can mess up a player might sell the whole game. They're also replacing the volleyballs very often. I mean, with spikes like that, I wouldn't be surprised if balls got in flat easy.
So Wassman back to serve. This is a critical point in this game. Probably easily the most intense part of any set so far.
Exactly, and the crowd is adding on to
Wassman
it.
airs that one. That's a rare one. We haven't seen that from her yet. Vickers.
Nice.
Kealoha, Young. Gabriel off the net and down.
In.
And Hilo snatches the lead right back.
Can the Warriors tie this one up? We're seeing a lot of offense from Vickers on the Warriors side.
And we're going to clean things up again because, you know, like you said, every little thing matters here.
I did see the right side dive there. Overall, I've been seeing the ball go in that certain area for a long time, for a lot of times now. All right, Kama to serve. This set is getting really close.
Wassman. Oh, that's the ace! And that is a crucial ace.
This is a 2-point lead in a while. This could really change things.
Wassman has been one of Hilo's best servers all year. The only way Libero can get a point is through these aces, and she's started off a little rocky, but she's really coming through in the clutch.
She's not getting off that service line, man.
Wassman. Another difficult serve, and that one's going to be another ace.
Ace back to back.
And a timeout from the Warriors.
That's a 3-point lead now.
Kamale Wassman back-to-back aces, and Hilo down 15-14. You take one blink and it's 18-15.
Overall, Warriors have improved their defense here. They're trying to pick up more of the Viking serves. Being able to put that back. We're seeing a lot of offense from the spikers, especially Vickers, putting that through the blocks and giving the Warriors some points.
Absolutely, and you know, Vickers, she's just been powering this set. I mean, you know, what a great comeback for her within this game.
I'm surprised she's not like blown out entirely. That's a lot of adrenaline to keep up with.
2 kills those first 2 sets, 4 alone in this one. That's the really Bella Vickers we all expected to see tonight, and she's really showing out when her team absolutely needs it most. Remember, Hilo took these first 2 sets. This is a semifinal. The winner of this game qualifies for state. Loser of this game, your season is done. And Waiakea right now fighting for their season.
All right, timeout is over. Both teams getting back on the court. Kama's back on the service line. I don't even know how much serve she's been doing now. Lost count.
I believe after Wassman will be Alameda. They might bring in a sub for her, and then Gabriel. And Gabriel's the one you want on the line for Hilo. She's got 6 aces tonight. But first things first, Kamale Wassman floats one.
A little one softer, and a dive had to be done.
Vickers, it's going to be a free ball over. Wassman dives for that one. Young finds Gabriel!
Nice spike by Gabriel. We're seeing a lot of defense being shown by Kama right now. She's not backing down from that defense line.
5-0 run here from the Vikings.
Let's see Kama serve again. Nice cheers from the Warriors.
Wassman, oh!
And it's just a little short, and that's the finish of her reign on serving. Good consistency, though.
Absolutely. Madison Kodani will come in, and she's going to try and replicate what Wassman just did.
Just leaves it at a 3-point lead for the Vikings. The Warriors can close this back up. Let's see.
Kodani.
Nice
Young.
pickup.
Gabriel! Oh my God!
Waiakea was there to touch the ball, but the string just kind of tipped over her arms a bit and got onto the floor, giving the point to the Vikings.
Maya Robello, as I mentioned, they might bring in a sub for Alameda. They're going to do just that. It's going to be Robello.
Saying Maya, let's see it.
Robello, right at Uchima.
Nice control on that pickup.
That one's going to go long.
Sailing a bit, and another point for the Vikings. They just need 4 more points to win this entire game.
That was cool. Her first swing of the match.
Let's see another serve by Maya.
Robello back again. Right at
Nice.
Uchima. Uchima's been fantastic tonight. Oh no. Right at Robello, she's there. Wassman tracks it down.
Hustle.
Free ball over, it's Young.
It's a battle of the liberos at this point.
Tip.
Another tip.
A point to the Warriors on a violation.
Nice hustle on both teams here, and I'm seeing a lot of action from both liberos right now.
So Fernandez will come back into the game. Mercedes Murray, one of the better servers on this Waiakea squad, will be back to serve. Her team is down 4. On Waiakea, you're thinking you need 3 in this one rotation.
Nice pickup.
Wassman. Kealoha from the back row. That one's out. There's one.
Out.
There's one.
It's building up. They just need 3 more points to tie the game. Let's see the serve by Mercedes.
Murray, right at Wassman. She's able to pop it up. Young tracks it down. Kealoha from the back row.
Nice control on that receive.
Ono, right at Kealoha off the block. Young finds Gabriel. When it's your night, it is your night. Kayana Gabriel with 17 kills.
Kaliko's not even like, she's good at offense, but she's also good at defending as well.
That was a great pass to set up Young.
It's just gonna keep getting better from here.
And look who it is behind the line.
Really low serve.
Kodani's there. It is going to be a free ball over. Wassman, Young, Kealoha!
She came out of nowhere.
Right down the middle.
Right into that gap of the Warriors defense.
Gabriel.
Nice pickup by Uchima.
Ono, tip,
Top over,
but
and
that
it's
one is out. And we have match point for the Vikings.
The cheering is only gonna get louder from here.
But first a timeout from the Warriors. And the Vikings can taste it, just 1 point away from a sweep in this playoff game and a state berth.
They're off by
Just a point.
yeah.
And the Warriors, they're gonna need to score more than the required 25.
They could score 6 points right now and tie up the entire game, and we can see a 24-24, which will be intense.
But with Gabriel back behind that line, you've got to imagine.
It's gonna be hard
And
to
you
get
know,
that.
I think for Waiakea, you've got to put your best diggers back there. The
Overall,
people who are gonna go get that ball down there.
Vikings are excelling in offense and defense. Warriors as well. We're seeing a lot of diving and everything. But man, these serves are really gonna call it whether or not a team can win or not.
Kodani, Uchima, Kua, Nicole, Ones, Ono, and Fernandez. No Vickers, no Murray.
Vikings are getting ready for this. This is their match point.
So here we go. Kayana Gabriel. Aloha ball. A spot in tomorrow's championship and a state berth on the line. Kodani. Nicole Ones. Ono gets that one down. And Waiakea stays alive.
Nice consistency by the Warriors. Able to, it's still going to be match point. But they're still squeezing towards that end line.
First, we're going to clean things up. Hilo wants everything clean for this pivotal moment.
Where the ball is going, they're getting all over that floor.
To serve for their season will be Apetahi Kua.
Let's see the serve.
Kua floats one. It's Wassman. Young. Kealoha. It's down! And the Vikings are going to state! And they have clinched a spot in tomorrow's championship as they dogpile on their side of the court.
I can only imagine the emotions that they're feeling right now. They sweep the entire game 3-0.
What a fantastic performance all around by the team. But in the end, how about the dynamic duel of Kayana Gabriel and Kaliko Kealoha? 32 kills between the two, and they really led this offensive charge from the Vikings.
We've seen so many intense rallies, blocks, serves, and everything, and they all built up to this moment right here.
25-13, 25-12, 25-19. The Vikings advance to tomorrow's championship game, likely against the undefeated Kamehameha Hawaii Warriors tomorrow at Kealakehe.
It's going to be another intense match. I only wish luck to them, but they deserved it.
First match between those two. A 4-set victory for the Warriors on this floor. But man, with the way the Vikings played tonight, I mean, head-to-toe dominance.
The crowd was in for a show tonight.
Absolutely.
What can I say?
And you got to give Waiakea a lot of credit for hanging in that third set. But in the end, Hilo did their part.
Overall, the Warriors were able to improve after each set, and we were able to see its downfall and their upcoming rising moments.
Absolutely, their season comes to an end. And congratulations to the 8 seniors on their team: Denver Bronco, La'akea Grace, Nicole Ones, Bella Vickers, Apetahi Kua, Shannon Aya Kaleo, Kaylee Quinores Asing, Corlin Fernandez, and Kala Chinen as the Vikings sing their alma mater. Run through some really fast stats. As I mentioned earlier, Kayana Gabriel, easily our player of the game tonight. 17 kills, 6 aces. Not to be overshadowed was Kaliko Kealoha, 15 kills and 2 aces herself. And then really just the ace party from Hilo. Kamale Wassman had 3, Ililani Young had 1, and Kamale Avai had another 12 total for the match. For Waiakea, Bella Vickers really found her groove in that third set, keeping her team alive. She had 6 kills. Torin Ono had 3 kills. And Shannon Aya Kaleo had 2 kills. And I mean, you know, what an energetic game this was. You really wouldn't tell that it was a 3-set sweep. The way that the Warriors brought that energy and the way the Vikings continued to respond.
In summary, when Vikings mean strength, they mean it.
Absolutely. So, with all that said, that wraps up our live stream today of BIIF Girls Varsity Playoff Volleyball with the final score. The Vikings taking this one 3-0, 25-13, 25-12, 25-19.
If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, help us out by liking this video and also subscribe to our channel to get notified when we go live next.
See our broadcasting schedule and all other athletic competition notices on our official website, hilohigh.org, and follow our new athletics Instagram page at Hilo High Athletics.
On behalf of... Oh, yeah. My name is Anthony Pham. Follow KVX Media at KVX Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and learn more about our program at kvx.org.
Signing off from Hilo High Gymnasium, my name is Kai Hayashida.
And my name is Anthony Pham. And remember, once a Viking,
Always a Viking. Good evening, folks. Aloha and stay safe.
The broadcast is brought to you by students of Hilo High School, KVX Media.